It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I nearly said food o'clock because this beer is very much kind of centered around food. It's Malquerida Roja Fresca, and it's been brewed for the best Latin food. It's 5% ABV, 330 milliliter can. Now, I picked this up in Las Iguanas restaurant. It's been brewed by Estrella Damm, that wonderful Spanish company. I think I've been to the brewery. Fantastic place. Or the old brewery where the restaurant is now. All kind of stone arches and cellars. It's just absolutely wonderful. But this has been brewed with... I had to have a little look at this because it's online. There's a lot of Spanish language on here. It's been brewed with a Jamaican flour. And this Jamaican flour is apparently, well, they used it to kind of centre it around, Latin food, spicy food. So without further ado, let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. I think it's a red ale. Yeah, there you go. So it's very, 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 very rare on the channel that I do any kind of research going into my beer reviews. But this one, it needed something. It needed just a little bit of me looking at the internet, seeing what's going on here. Because I would probably be thinking at this stage, is this a sour beer? Is this, you know, an Italian red ale? No, none of it. Absolutely none of it. This has been brewed specifically for food. It's a fresh red ale. So a new style of beer. It was first brewed in 2017, so it's been out 5 years now. But we got a one finger white head, good levels of carbonation, rolling up the glass. It's a little bit hazy, looked rather interesting. Let's get the aroma. It smells like a hybrid lager, but with that kind of floral Jamaica flower coming out of it, which is interesting. It's very interesting. Let's dive in. Cheers. Let me touch very quickly on the aroma, mind you, because it's a tough one. It's slightly sweet, slightly spicy. Flowery, floral. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. That's lovely. That's lovely. That's really nice. First thing you get is a little kind of hiss and fizz of carbonation pushing the beer on the inside of the mouth. Kind of awakens the beer, it awakens the palate. I tell you what it has. It has a slightly... If you told me this was a goza, if I did a blind taste testing on this, I'd probably say this is a goza. There's a slight saltiness coming through here that's quite interesting. But it's very crisp and very refreshing. It's been out my fridge about half an hour, so it's warmed up slightly. Warming a beer up slightly, you're able then to pull all of the flavours from the beer. I don't think any beer should be served ice cold. In fact, there's nowhere on this can where they're saying serve it at ice cold temperatures. I think you should be serving this at about 6 or 7 degrees. You're really then able to appreciate all of the malts in the beer, all of that kind of Jamaica flour, all of the flavours that are coming through in the beer. If you have it freezing cold, it's not going to be such a great thing. That's really quite interesting, to be honest with you. I like the floralness of it. It's very
Sorry, I don't know that.
close to being. Let's get rid of that, Alexa. It's very close to being really, really, really hoppy in terms of like New World hops. It's close to being kind of like your passion fruit and your mango, but it's not. It's a different flavour. It's definitely more floral on the aroma. It's a little bit spicy and peppery in the aroma. And if I was to describe it as if I did a blind taste testing on this, I would say it was some kind of red berry. Like a very light raspberry or very, very kind of light red currant. Something along those lines. It's extremely refreshing though. The question I have is, will it go with food? I'd say absolutely yes. Latin food, spicy. I went to, I actually bought this, as I mentioned earlier. I bought it in Las Iguanas, which is a British chain of Latin foods. You can buy Chilean meals in there, you can buy Spanish stuff, you can buy Portuguese stuff. It's that kind of Mexican stuff. It's that South American, Latin. The food is spicy, make no mistakes about it. I think I had a Chilean green curry whilst I was in Las Iguanas, and that was fabulous. My wife ordered these chicken strips, but the chicken strips had this kind of sort of like South American spice to it, and they were too hot for her. They were too hot for the kids. So over they came, bundled over to my side of the table, which I gladly kind of consumed. My curry was nice. These chicken strips things were even nicer. They were fabulous. And I remember then thinking, I need a beer that's really, really refreshing and floral and slightly peppery and spicy to be able to cut through all that spice. And I believe this is why they've brewed this very beer. It's good, it's interesting, it's full of flavour. What I like about it the most is the drinkability. It's a fantastic, really drinkable, lovely beer. And because this is the thing, because I bought it in Las Iguanas, there's no real need to have any. The only English we got here is that it's brewed for the best Latin food at 5% ABV. Estrella Damm. What can I say about Estrella Damm? You all know Estrella Damm. You've probably all tried Estrella Damm Lager. That's been going since 1876. Yeah, everything's in a foreign language. Hold on. Right. Water, barley, malt, maize, orange juice from concentrate. Right. Orange juice from concentrate. That's an interesting one. Yeah, now I'm kind of getting that kind of mixture with that kind of Jamaican flour. And then you've got rice, wheat and extracts of Jamaica flour, carrot and black currant. There we go. So it does have a berry in here. I thought it had some kind of, I said red currant, it's actually black currant. Hops, spices and yeast. Malquerida. Will this take over the world? I don't know. It's very refreshing. I mean, I'd rather drink that than some of these really overly fruity beers that are available in the UK at the moment. But looking at their website, they kind of, all they focused on was this Jamaica flower. And I find that slightly disappointing because they should have mentioned the fact that they had other I knew there was other things in there other than Jamaica flower. I said red currant. I wasn't far out with black currant, was I? Will it take over the world? I don't know. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It needs a bit of a push, I think. It might be one of those beers that lurks around for a while and doesn't really do anything, and then all of a sudden kind of it explodes onto the scene. I like it enough to give it a 7 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.